Hello, it's me again. And Pisces, welcome back to another weekly reading. So this time we're going to cover July 8th through the 14th. That's Monday to Sunday. And let's get your first card. This one wanted to come out. So, to set the tone for your whole week coming up, we have the Invisible Boatmobile. Now, in this deck, this is the Chariot. So, lots of fast movement, and I like the aspect of it being invisible too, because maybe only you're aware of this movement. And sometimes that can be your own fun little secret that only you have. So for Monday, we have the Four of Swords, or the Four of Nets, I should say. And here we have Sandy in total hibernation. Now, the Four of Swords represents kind of taking a break and taking a step back. Really opposite energy to the Chariot here. So, what I'm sensing is that maybe this forward movement requires a lot of rest. So, maybe it's mental rest, maybe it's just taking more naps throughout the week. But I'm sensing for Monday, there's going to be a period where you just need to simply slow down. Maybe it's taking inventory, maybe it's analyzing your relationships or creative pursuits or your job. I have a feeling we'll probably get a better sense soon. Two cards fell out. For Tuesday, we have the Five of Swords. Interesting, we have four than five. And I'll do Wednesday as well since it fell out. And we have the Ten of Wands. So, again, with that forward movement here, even just with the way that the cards fell, for Tuesday, we have the card represented by the Nasty Patty here. And in this deck, I think this represents something really not what it seems on the outside. So I'm getting a strong message of like a lot of internal movement here. With the Ten of Wands, this kind of represents a final completion of sorts. And maybe there's something happening here where you feel like you can't deal with the situation that's causing you stress any longer. I think back to the Five of Swords here, and it could represent some sort of mental turmoil or internal battle here that you're going through. I think this rest is really going to be necessary to face this week. The Ten of Swords, or I'm sorry, the Ten of Wands can represent finally walking away, or even, especially with this card's depiction, even just standing up for yourself and saying, actually, I don't want to do things that way, or I don't want to be treated that way. And um, I'm getting this strong sense of like self-confidence coming through and just really standing up for yourself here. Um, for the next card, we have the Eight of Wands, or the Eight of Spatulas. This is another really quickly moving, energetic card. And it could be that you feel sort of like the situation is not in your control entirely. But I also feel like here, Pisces, again, going back to this Four of Swords energy, in order for you to kind of get through this week, you really have to prioritize some form of rest. So I would highly recommend whatever that means to you, whether it's going on walks or taking naps or just doing some mindless creative pursuits. I think that could be really helpful with dealing with this kind of internal issue here. Next, we have the High Priestess, also known as the computer wife in this deck. So, very lucky energy. The High Priestess is all about our intuition and listening to that inner voice. And I'm not really surprised that this card came out just because it seems like this this issue here is all very internal. With the High Priestess coming through, I'm seeing that you know what has to happen on a deeper level in order to get through this. And the High Priestess is very in touch with herself and the way that she wants to conduct her life, essentially. So I'm really getting a strong sense of mental rest. And then perhaps by later in the week, there might be some sort of mental breakthrough here. Um, and I think maybe the beginning part of your week is going to be a bit stressful trying to sort through these different issues or this mental problem, but it seems like the High Priestess here really turns things around. And next we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this card kind of lets you know everything is in your hands, whether you know it or not. It's kind of up to you what you do with your intuitive information, whether you tune it out or, listen to your gut instincts. Um, of course, this kind of lets me know that sometimes we might think that we're really out of control of our situation, but um, if we're able to take a step back and look at things from a logical standpoint or resting and then coming to a realization that we are actually more in control than we believe we are. For your seventh card, we have the Emperor. And the Emperor is all about conducting yourself in a way that will serve you best. Here, the Emperor is surrounded by knowledge and books. It's a very dreamy scenario, and maybe reading is a way to kind of connect with yourself more this week, Pisces. I think just kind of seeing this middle of the week energy here with maybe feeling a bit fed up with the way that things have been going in your life recently or feeling out of control. There's something happening toward the end of the week that I think is really positive here. There's going to be some sort of intuitive breakthrough that ultimately leads to you feeling way more in control of your situation. Um, and it's interesting that this is all happening in a week, but it does make sense with the Chariot here, just with that really fast energy. Um, and it seems like this is kind of going to be like a fast blip in order to bring you to this higher space of knowledge and feeling more at one with yourself. The Emperor also reminds me of traditional values, and sometimes that can be positive when we kind of get more in touch with our roots and where we come from. So, something that you could try out this week would be returning home, whatever that means to you, whether it's seeing family or going to your hometown or maybe going to a place that means a lot to you where you feel like yourself. Um, Kind of reconnecting with your younger self and making the child version of you happy. I think that could be a uh, really pivotal way to change your week and kind of get in touch with your intuition again. So ultimately, what I see for this upcoming week is a very fast-moving energy mentally, um, but physically maybe kind of trying to rest and reconnect with yourself. And I think that reconnection is really going to bring you back to feeling like yourself again and feeling like you can trust yourself. When we make decisions based on our intuition, it reaffirms our actions and that we can trust ourselves and that we can provide a safe space for ourselves. So, Pisces, I hope that this reading resonated with you. I hope this blip is nothing major. I don't foresee that it will be, but I think it's really positive that you have this energy of kind of reclaiming your power and gaining more self-confidence back. So with that, I wish you luck in the next coming week, and I will see you at the next one. Perfect.